In this lesson, we're going to look at some examples using Le Chatelier's principle. Which way does the reaction shift if NO2 is added, left or right? NO2 is a reactant, so we're adding a reactant. As a result, we need to do something that will use up some of that excess reactant, so it will shift to the right to increase the amount of N2O4, decrease the amount of NO2, and return to our equilibrium ratio. Which way does the reaction shift if N2O4 is added, left or right? N2O4 is a product, so we're adding N2O4, and as a result, the reaction will shift to the left in order to use up the excess N2O4 that's added and return to the equilibrium ratio. Which way does the reaction shift if the volume increases, left or right? When dealing with increases or decreases in volume, we have to first identify the moles of gas on either side of the reaction. On the left side, we have 2 moles of gas, and on the right side, we have 1 mole of gas. If we increase the volume, we will be decreasing the pressure. To compensate, we need to shift in the direction that will result in an increase in pressure to counteract that disturbance. So we are going to shift to the left, which will produce more moles of gas, which will increase the pressure in the container. Which way does the reaction shift if the volume decreases, left or right? On the left side, we have 2 moles of gas. On the right side, we have 1 mole of gas. When we decrease the volume, we cause an increase in pressure. To counteract that increase in pressure, we need to shift in the direction that will result in a decrease in that pressure. And so we are going to shift to the right because we have fewer moles of gas on the right side of the equation, and fewer moles of gas will lower the pressure in the container. Which way does the reaction shift if heat is added, left or right? We have a negative enthalpy value, so we have an exothermic system, which means heat is behaving as a product. If we add heat, it's the same as adding any other product. Therefore, the reaction will shift to the left to use up some of the excess heat. Which way does the reaction shift if the system is cooled, left or right? We have a negative enthalpy value, which means it's an exothermic system. So heat behaves as a product. If we are cooling the system, we are removing heat, which is the same as removing a product. And we will see that the reaction will shift to the right in order to produce more heat to compensate for what is being removed.